Are you looking to apply for Hougang BTO in August 2021 this time round? Then you need to watch this video because I'll walk through the unit types, site map and loan financing for you so that you don't have to. What's up guys, welcome back to Honey Money SG. My name is Christopher and in this channel we are all about building financial knowledge, teach money saving hacks and also help you lead a fulfilling quality of life. If you are new to this channel because of the BTO analysis, do check out my prior video where I talk more about the surrounding amenities around the map of the BTO you are looking for right here at this corner. So go there and click on the pre-analysis. So with that, let me take you through the official analysis of the August 2021 BTO. Let's go. Alright, let's start off with the first project from Hougang. The name is Hougang Citrine for the August 2021 build to order. So this BTO will be located at Hougang Avenue 3 and has 6 residential blocks ranging from 12 to 13 stories. Take a look at the project details. Estimated completion date in first quarter of 2025 with a waiting time of 37 months and selection period between October 2021 to June 2022. Let's take a look at the breakdown of the flat types and the number of units. So for 2-room Flexi type 1, we have 88 units. For type 2, we have 242 units. For 3-room, we have 90 units. 4-room, 227 units. And lastly, 5-room flats, which is 102 units. So summing up to a total of 749 units. Alright, moving on, let's take a look at some of the pictures. So this is the artist's impression. Okay, you will have this shade of orange and yellow at the exterior of your blocks and even a slight shade of green for the further blocks at this area. Okay, and moving on, this is the internal area, so not facing the main road. You have your facilities such as your playground and your pavilions for your kids to play and run around and even walk your dog. And moving on to the site plan, so let me zoom in on this. So this is the site plan that you must take a very good look at it. Okay, let's take a look at what are the legend. We have 2-room flats which is in the red color, and then for 3-room flats we have green color, and 4-room yellow, and 5-room in the orange color. So this will show you what is your site plan. So looking at this site plan, you can see there is actually an area reserved for school. So not sure if it's a private school or public school, but you need to know that having a school near your area is good for your kids so that they don't have to take so much time to walk to school. Okay, and if we look at the composition, most of our units are in yellow color, which means they are the 4-room flat types. We do have a number of 5-room flat types, and most of these units are actually north-south facing, so they probably won't have the problem of west sun. So for those who don't know what west sun is, west sun basically means that when the sun sets in the west, it will heat up your walls, especially if your walls and windows are facing the west. So it will heat up your room faster and then you will feel hotter. So if you want to avoid west sun, don't choose units that have windows or walls exposed to the west. Okay, let's take a look at some of the facilities here. You can see that we have a multi-story car park at the southeast of this area, right next to the school. So there isn't any residential blocks connecting to the car park directly. You have to go to the ground floor and then take the sheltered walkway to the car park. At the internal area here, that is where your facilities like adult fitness station, children's playground and your pavilion will be at. And the number 6 will be your drop-off point. So there are a total of 3 drop-off points in this area. Okay, and over here at the bottom, you can see that this is the breakdown of the different number of blocks that you have for Hougang Citrine, and different blocks have different number of stories. Some of the top levels are at level 12, but some of them are in level 13. And there is a different breakdown, so you can see some of them don't have the 2-room flat types. So if you prefer a higher floor and without the 2-room flat types, that means you only want to stay in 3-room, 4-room or 5-room, then you can look at these room types. But if you prefer a 2-room flat, then you can only choose from these 3 options. And from this site plan, there isn't any childcare center to speak, so I don't think there's any childcare center for this project. I think another important question is, where is the rubbish chute located? So if you've watched my earlier videos before, rubbish chute placement is important because it will determine whether your unit will have a foul smell from the rubbish chute. So you can see these little red squares are quite away from your housing unit, so you don't have to worry too much about the rubbish chute placement. Likewise for the rest of the blocks, I don't think they are near any residential units other than this unit 172 from block 179B. so maybe that will not be a very popular option. One more unit here, unit 218 from block 179C, also has a rubbish chute right beside it. Alright, so if you want to ask me for my opinion on which one is the most preferred unit, especially if you are going for a 4 room to 5 room, I'll choose a side that is actually south facing, because you are guaranteed an unblocked view, as the top level for school usually won't be that high, so you will probably have an unblocked view. And if you watched my earlier video, you know that facing the south is actually the private housing estate, so they don't have any high-rise apartments either. So if you want to enjoy an unblocked view, just choose those south-facing units. But if you want to be nearer to the neighborhood, like your kopitiams, neighborhood shops, I think if you choose those north-facing ones, especially at the top of this site plan, then you can have a shorter walk to your nearby amenities. Otherwise, there isn't much amenities to talk about for Hougang Citrine. Okay, and then let's move on to our second project, which is the more popular Kovan Wellspring, which is the second project of Hougang. Alright, so Kovan Wellspring will be integrated with the new Paya Lebar Kovan Community Club, bounded by Upper Serangoon Road and Tampines Road, located next to Heartland Mall, Kovan. Okay, and then it has a food center and Kovan MRT station. Let's take a look at the project details. So completion date, 3rd quarter 2026, 55 months. Quite a long waiting time if you ask me, so that's 5 years from now if you are prepared to wait. Selection period between October this year to June next year. Flat type and number of units breakdown. For 2-room Flexi type 1, we have 78 units. 2-room Flexi type 2, we have 188 units. 3-room, we have 88 units. And 4-room, we have 232 units. Total of 586 units. So we don't have any 5-room flats for this Kovan project, as I mentioned in my earlier Kovan project video. So for 5-room flat lovers, you may want to look at Hougang Citrine instead if you want a 5-room flat living in Hougang. Okay, then let's take a look at some of the pictures provided by HDB. So you'll see this artist impression picture of the Kovan Wellspring. It looks like a lime green color, so if you like this color, go ahead and apply. And this is the Paya Lebar Community Center that we are talking about, that's built right beside the new Kovan BTO. And let's take a look at the internal area. So you see this, your internal park and playground, and the most important thing is the site plan as usual. Alright, so this time we have 4 blocks of flats. The highest level is level 18 for block 213, 214 and 216A. Okay, and all of them have 2-room flexi types except for block 214A. Okay, let's take a look at the details here. So as usual, your 4-room flats are in yellow color, your 3-room flats are in green color, and then your 2-room flats are in red color. So this is the community club that we are talking about. There is a green roof that's inaccessible, and this will be the one facing Upper Serangoon Road and the Tampines Road junction, which is good because you will block off some noise from this very heavy traffic junction, so it can help to shield off some noise from the road. And then this area is the internal area that we talk about. Interestingly, they even have a 1-story car park with landscape deck, which is accessible. So I'm guessing the first level is the car park, and then they built the park above the car park. That's where your playgrounds are at, right? Your number 1, which is the children's playground, and then your adult fitness and elder fitness stations here. And then on the side here, we have a 7-story multi-story car park with a roof garden that is accessible. So they have 2 car parks. One is a 1-story one and one is the 7-story one. And then if you look at the composition, most of them are 4-room flats. So most of the 4-room flats are facing the south, but if you are facing the north, then I wouldn't want to choose any flats that's facing the main road, because there will be a lot of noise and dust, right? So you don't want to have that. So the ideal 4-room units in my opinion are the one nearest to the Kovan Market and Food Center, because it's also nearest to the MRT and the shopping mall, so you don't have to walk too far of a distance. And even here, there's a childcare center, so maybe you don't want to choose the low floor here. If not, you'll be very irritated by the kids' noises. I'm not sure if that's what you want. And you don't have to worry about bad weather, because there will be a sheltered walkway built between your HDB estate to the Kovan MRT entrance. Okay, you can see this sheltered walkway all the way to Kovan MRT, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And let's take a look at where are the rubbish chutes, right? Say rubbish chutes are away from the units as usual, so they are near the lifts and not really facing any units, so don't have to worry too much about them. Okay, let's go back to Hougang Citrine now, because this time I want to talk about the 4-room pricing of Hougang Citrine. So estimated floor area of 95 square meters, estimated internal floor area of 92 square meters. So this is slightly larger than your typical 4-room flats with additional 2 square meters, because because the usual 4-room flat only has 90 square meters of internal floor area, and the price here is 324,000 to 368,000. So depending on the unit you chose and the level it is, the higher it is, the more expensive it is. And then let's take a look at the resale flats nearby. What's their prices? So your one in the red is the Hougang Citrine, price between 324,000 to 368,000 dollars, and your resale flat nearby is between 460 to 560,000 dollars. So that's like almost 100k to 200k savings if you buy BTO, but that is if you're willing to wait floor plan, so you can see what's your layout idea for your home. Okay, so approximate floor area space of 95 square meters, inclusive of internal floor area 92 square meters, and the aircon ledge which is 3 square meters. So usually we just take the 92 square meters because that is the usable living space. So this is the typical 4-room layout. You can see here, L shape between the living room and the dining room. Okay, after your entrance, you have your household shelter. You can have an open kitchen concept because they won't build any walls here other than this little black wall. But what's interesting is there is this new black solid wall that you cannot be hacked. So maybe it's to provide a bit of privacy when you're opening the door. But really, this is just a very typical layout of the 4-room. Other than you can see this very weird spacing here that is cropped out from the main bedroom. For the bathroom wise, your main bedroom bathroom is actually slightly larger than your common bathroom. And then your service yard just extends from the kitchen. And let's take a look at the 5-room price for Hougang Citrine. So estimated floor area 113 square meters. Estimated internal floor area 110 square meters. So this is very typical of a 5-room flat. The price range is between 392 to 482,000 dollars for a 5-room flat. And let's take a look at the resale price nearby comparison. So your current BTO Hougang Citrine will be between 392 to 482. Your resale flat nearby is between 525 and 560,000 dollars. Of course, the size is a bit larger at 123 square meters. So really, if you ask me, it's quite comparable to resale price. Maybe it's just 80,000 more, but you get 13 square meters more of space. And you can also get it in a much faster time. So I would say you have to weigh your cost versus benefit to see which one is more beneficial for you. Let's take a look at the layout ideas for your home. So this will show you the floor plan. So we have an approximate floor area of 113 square meters, internal floor area 110 with the 3 meter square aircon ledge. Okay, so coming in from the main door, you have a household shelter to the right, and then here you have a very squarish layout of the living room as well as the dining room, which is in an L-shaped format. So for 5-room, the difference between 4-room is that you have an additional space which you can put it as a study, or you just have an extended living room. But in terms of the number of bedrooms, it's the same as 4-room flats. So you only have 3 bedrooms, 1 main bedroom and 2 common bedrooms. Bathroom size are identical for the main bedroom bathroom and the common bathroom. Kitchen size wise, it looks a bit small to me that is comparable to 4-room flats, because usually 5-room flats, they have a typically longer kitchen. So if you are someone who loves to cook, love to bake, love to be a home baker, and you want a large kitchen for all your appliances and your equipment, I would suggest you go for a larger kitchen from the other projects. Okay, because this kitchen looks really small to me. Unless you want to extend your kitchen from this area, then you may have more space to actually put more of your stuff. Otherwise, this is just dead space that you can't do anything much here. And another thing for the main bedroom, because this is a 5-room flat, so it's slightly larger, right? You may want to put a study table here. Looking at the size here, I think you can put one more study table here if you want to work in your main bedroom. Otherwise, you can also put your study table here just right outside the kitchen. So it's really up to how you want to design, but it's now too early to say. Get your BTO flat first, then come and talk about design. Alright, then let's take a look at Kovan Wellspring. Okay, I think this one more people interested. Okay, Kovan Wellspring, the price for 4-room flat. Estimated floor area 93 square meters, internal floor area 90 square meters. Very typical of 4-room flats. So this is slightly smaller than your Hougang Citrine. The price is between 413 to 507,000 Singapore dollars for 4-room flats. And then for 3-room flats in Kovan Wellspring, the estimated floor area is 69 square meters, internal floor area of 66 square meters, and the price range is between 289 to 340,000 Singapore dollars. So we don't have any 5-room flats here, and we don't have any resale flats nearby Kovan Wellspring, so don't have that comparison. So HDB also have this layout idea for your home. Let's take a look at the floor plan. So for this 3-room flat, we have an approximate floor area of 69 square meters with an internal floor area of 66 square meters with the 3 square meters aircon ledge. So typical 3-room flat, once you enter the main door, household shelter on your right, squarish living room, Okay, L shape. And you can see if you want to put a dining table here, you'll be very squeezy because that's really the size of 3-room flats in modern times. I think some of the space is also sacrificed to make this dry kitchen versus the wet kitchen. If not, you can also put your dining table here if you want to save some space. Then HDB also give you some idea of how is the dry kitchen actually managed. So this is the view from the service yard. I think not a good view lah. We take a look here. So this is your entrance. Your entrance, here is your service yard, here is your wet kitchen, here is your dry kitchen, so it can be a pantry area. Like I mentioned, this is the main door, so once you enter the kitchen, which you can do some glass panel if you want, then you can put your fridge here, your bar top table here, and then this is the wet kitchen, so separated by the glass door. You can have your oven, your cooking hob, your washer, all the way here. Because there isn't any service yard, you see now, they actually hack off that service yard, so there's no service yard already. It's an extended kitchen, but they really mentioned it's a suggested partition location, so if you want to do up your own partition for service yard, it's at your own cost. Okay, other than that, your main bedroom is the larger one, and then your common bedroom, which is much smaller. Okay, toilet size wise, nothing to talk about. Usually they are about the same. Let's go on to the 4-room flats. So for 4-room flats in Kovan Wellspring, estimated floor area 93 square meters, estimated internal floor area 90 square meters, and then the price range between 413,000 to 507,000. If we look at resale flat nearby, so most of the 4-room flats in Kovan area are between 460 to 590,000 Singapore dollars. Of course, they are slightly larger because they are older flats, so you can see that there's really quite a bit of savings if you compare the max price, right? Almost 80,000 Singapore dollars. But if you're willing to wait, there is, because BTO really takes a long time to build. And let's take a look at the layout and the floor plan. Similar to other kind of 4-room flats, we have your household shelter right at the side of your main door, and then that's where you put your dining table. And you can see this kitchen now, there is a service yard, so they'll build this wall, windows and a door to separate your service yard. So a bit different from what we had in the 3-room layout. Living and dining room is in the L-shaped format as usual. 2 common bedrooms, 1 main bedroom which is slightly larger, and then you have your main bedroom toilet and your common toilet. Aircon latch just right outside your main bedroom toilet, which is unusable space. So nothing much to talk about this. I think this is just your very typical BTO layout. So if you want to check out more special layouts, do take a look at my next few videos where HDB actually has some interesting BTO layouts for the other projects. Okay, and then for your information, your finishes and fittings, there are some non-optional finishes. That means HDB will have the default tiles for the floor and the walls, right? Especially in your bathroom, household shelter, kitchen, service yard, bathroom and the kitchen. All these will be included in the price that you pay for. But if you want to customize it, you have to overlay them. And I believe you cannot change them within the first 3 years. That means you cannot go and destroy them and replace it. You can only overlay them. And for those people who may want to select an optional component scheme, so this is the price here. For 4-room flats, for 3-room flats, you can go and check out yourself. So for around $5,000, they will have flooring done up for you, with porcelain floor tiles in the living dining room and vinyl strip flooring in the bedrooms. And for additional around $3,100, you can get your 3 bedroom doors and 2 bathroom doors with your wash basin with tap mixer and your shower set. So all these are really optional. You go and decide how you want to design the house with your partner, then you all come to a conclusion during the point of application. So after the point of application, you cannot change your mind already. Okay, so I recorded quite a huge amount of information already, but now the most important thing is finance. Okay, how much income do you think you need to finance this house in Hougang Citrine and Kovan Wellspring? So I took those price data from Hougang Citrine and Kovan Wellspring from HDB, and then I put in the minimum and the maximum price, and then the median price will be the middle of these 2 prices. So for the 4-room flats in Hougang Citrine, the median price is around 346,000. So after you pay your 10% down payment to HDB, you are left with $311,000 of loan. And then for your 5-room flats in Hougang Citrine between 392 to 482, your median price will be $437,000. So after you pay down your 10% loan, you'll get $393,000 that you still have to pay off your mortgage loan. So how do you calculate how much you have to pay monthly and what income level you think you can afford this flat? Very simple. Let's go to the HDB calculator, right? So over here, I key in the loan amount that I have here. Example, I want to use Hougang Citrine 5-room, $393,000. I just put $393,000, repayment period 25 years, and then interest rate 2.6%. This is your CPF OA loan rate. If you have a bank loan rate, your rate will be around 1.4-1.5% for the 5-year plan. but we are just using CPF OA loan. $1,783 if you have a 25-year repayment period of 2.6% interest. So $1,783 for a $393,000 loan. Okay, then I put in this amount in the monthly repayment, how much you need to repay per month. And then if you watch my CPF video in my CPF playlist, go and learn about some retirement planning and how you can use your CPF right over here. Then you know that CPF OA is actually 23% of your monthly income. And we are talking about monthly income, we are talking about monthly combined income. So between you and your partner, sum up your monthly income, how much your monthly income is totaling up to. So let's say you need to have a monthly CPF OA of $1,783 from both your contribution, your employer contribution, and your combined partner's contribution. Say total need 1,783. So we divide by the 23%, we'll get a total monthly income of $7,800. Okay, and if we multiply that by 12, that will give us 93,000 Singapore dollars. So this is your annual income that you need, or your monthly income that you need, in order to say you can comfortably afford this flat. But if you're lazy, I already dumped up all the projects here for you. Okay, Hougang Citrine 4-room, 5-room, Kovan Wellspring 3-room and 4-room. Okay, this is your monthly mortgage. I use the same calculator here so you can trust my numbers. Okay, if you don't believe, you go and search your HDB loan calculator and do the maths yourself. Then you will know Hougang Citrine 4-room you need monthly income 6.1k, 5-room you need 7.8k, Kovan Wellspring 3-room you need 5.6k, and Kovan Wellspring 4-room you need 8.2k. So you can see this comparison, see where's your annual income with your partner, whether you all both can afford this flat. Don't buy a flat above your means. Otherwise, if you lose your job, you will have a big headache because you don't have any more income sources. And one more interesting thing, you can see this 5-room flat in Hougang Citrine, you actually need less income than your Kovan Wellspring 4-room. And that's because of the price difference, right? You can see your median price 437k. Your median price here 460k. Okay, you can live in the larger flat in Hougang Citrine 5-room than a Kovan Wellspring 4-room flat. But then of course, the difference is the location. You have a premier prime location in Kovan Wellspring compared to Hougang Citrine. Okay, so you have to weigh your costs and benefits with your partner, see which one more important for you. And I hope this little Excel table has helped you plan out some of your finances. But of course, there are also other fees such as stamp duty and conservancy fee and lawyer fee and all that funny fees that I didn't add it in for simplicity. Okay, just take these numbers as a guideline but not the holy grail. Okay, let's go back to the video. Alright, so I hope all this information has helped, and here are the subscription rate as of the end of today. If you have found this video useful, do help me like this video, and it's better if you share this video, and would be best if you subscribe to my channel. Check out my full HDB BTO playlist right here where you can find the full list of videos that I've done up. My name is Christopher, this is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.